if you're ready for a horror experience that goes beyond simple scares and dives into the complexities of the human condition, The Substance is a absolute must watch. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaac Joel, and today we're going to be breaking down The Substance, one of the most insane body horror films I have ever seen in my entire life. This film is not just a horror story, it's a visceral experience that unsettles you to your core, featuring a powerhouse cast including Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, and Margaret Qualley. The Substance takes a bold dive into the dark abyss of vanity and self-destruction, a theme that resonates deeply with many of us in today's society. The film introduces us to Elizabeth Sparkle, played brilliantly by Demi Moore. She's a celebrated figure renowned for her popular aerobics show, but on her 50th birthday, a day that should be filled with joy and celebration, she faces a devastating blow when her boss, played by Dennis Quaid, fires her. The moment is so crushing as they're sitting together eating and he's just going to town on these lobster tails. You can feel the weight of her dreams collapsing around her. This isn't just about losing a job. It's about losing her identity, her sense of self-worth. In her vulnerable state, a mysterious laboratory offers her a substance that promises transformation, a chance to reclaim her youth and beauty. But as we all know, nothing comes without a price. And here's where the film takes a disturbing turn, challenging the audience to really reflect on the lengths we will go to in order to pursuit of our dreams and our ideals. It's haunting, especially as we see Elizabeth grapple with her choices and the implications that they hold. Now let's talk about Margaret Qualley, who delivers an absolutely insane performance as Sue, the younger version of Elizabeth, the perfect version. The way she embodies Sue is absolutely chilling. She's not just a younger version of Elizabeth, but a twisted reflection of her. From the moment she steps onto the screen, you can sense the danger lurking beneath her beauty. It's a complex role that Qualley navigates with precision and intensity. As Sue starts to slowly take over Elizabeth's life, the audience is left feeling both fascinated and repulsed. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. You know something terrible is lurking above the surface and it's about to happen at any moment, but you cannot look away. There's this constant tension in their interactions, an underlying dread that intensifies with every single scene. Now, the transformation isn't just physical, it's psychological. The dynamic shifts so dramatically that you can't help but feel for Elizabeth, who is losing herself to this younger, more ruthless version of herself. One of the most unsettling aspects of the film is how the substance operates. Elizabeth is required to pick up a box at a undisclosed location every week, which contains a dose that keeps her transformation process ongoing. Now here's the catch. She can stop at any given moment. The fact that she has a choice and only adds to the horror of the entire film. It's a reflection of how many people are willing to subject themselves to harmful practices in the name of beauty and perfection. This element of the film is incredibly chilling, in my opinion, because it mirrors real life choices we often face. Now, each time Elizabeth goes to pick up the box, you can feel the weight of her decision. The allure of what it promises versus the growing horror of what it entails. I found myself on the edge of my seat. My heart was literally racing as she continues down this path despite the obvious dangers. It's both compelling and horrifying. The Substance is gruesome in its depiction, showcasing the physical transformations that come with it, and yet it's thought-provoking. It's an exploration of why people choose to undergo such drastic measures. It challenges us to reflect on our own perceptions of beauty and self-worth in a world that often values youth over experience. The final act is where The Substance really pushes the boundaries and dives into the realm of horror fairy tales. As Sue prepares to host the New Year's show, the film echoes the familiar narrative of Cinderella, but this time it's drenched in a grotesque twist. Sue has fully consumed Elizabeth's life, using every last ounce of her essence. The moment is chilling, watching her step into this spotlight, a perverse version of success built on the ruins of Elizabeth's identity. But then comes the ultimate climax. Sue decides to inject herself with more of the substance, thinking that it will somehow elevate her to new heights. Now, instead, the film delivers a gut-wrenching twist that no one, not even me, could foresee. The Substance reacts violently, transforming her into a monstrous version of herself. It's a horrifying visual that leaves you speechless, a physical representation of the price of vanity and the ultimate consequence of losing oneself in the pursuit of perfection. This moment is seriously shocking, and it serves as a reminder that striving for an ideal can lead to catastrophic results. Demi Moore shines as Elizabeth, bringing an authenticity to her character that resonates deeply. You can feel her despair, her determination, and ultimately her heartbreak as she fights to hold on to her identity. But it's Dennis Quaid who takes the film to another level with his chilling performance. He portrays a character who is deeply unsettling, a man who preys on the vulnerable. The way he interacts with Elizabeth and Sue is landed with manipulation and control, making every scene he's in absolutely incredibly intense. The use of the wide-angle shots during his close-ups is particularly effective, amplifying the discomfort during their conversations. You're forced into the intimacy of these encounters, and it creates a claustrophobic atmosphere that's hard to shake off. It makes you feel vulnerable, much like Elizabeth does throughout the entire film. The director brings this horror to life in such a compelling way. She creates an environment that is both alluring and terrifying, and her ability to blend beauty and horror is mind-blowing impressive. The exploration of vanity in The Substance is not just a backdrop. It's a central theme that drives the narrative. The film invites viewers to confront their own relationships with beauty and aging. Elizabeth's journey becomes a mirror reflecting society's obsession with youth and perfection. How far are we willing to go to achieve it? This film raises difficult questions about self-worth and identity in a culture that often celebrates youth above all else. It's a reminder that chasing an ideal can come with devastating consequences, and it doesn't shy away from showing the ugliness that can result from that pursuit. This thematic depth is what makes The Substance, again, in my opinion, resonate long after it ends, lingering in your mind and haunting your thoughts. In conclusion, The Substance is a horror film that not only terrifies but also challenges us to think critically about our perceptions of beauty and identity. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, as it just might be 2024's best body horror film of the year, with haunting performances from Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, and Margaret Qualley, combined with the director's masterful direction. If you're ready for a horror experience that goes beyond simple scares and dives into the complexities of the human condition, The Substance is a absolute must watch. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the film if you've seen it already, and stay tuned because I'll be diving into more horror films as we get closer to Halloween. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you next time.